Once upon a time, in a forest not too far away, there lived a deer. An ordinary deer, nothing special except for a pair of boots he wore. Not just any boots, mind you, but the very special boots of morning mist. These were magic boots that made him invisible to all, except those who were pure of heart. Now, you'd think that being invisible would be a pretty neat trick, and it was, especially useful when you had a predator as your neighbor. For you see, this deer's neighbor was none other than a hungry wolf. And this wolf was always on the lookout for a nice juicy deer to gobble up. But he never saw our deer, because our deer was always wearing his boots of morning mist. One day the deer was strolling through the forest when he heard a terrible roar. It was the wolf. "I'm getting so hungry that I could just eat a deer," he growled. The deer froze in his tracks. He could run away, but where would he go? The wolf could easily catch up with him, so he did the only thing he could do. He put on the boots of morning mist and vanished from sight. The wolf looked around, confused. What just happened? He wondered. He sniffed the ground. A deer had been here, but now there was no sign of him anywhere. The wolf shook his head and went back to his den, still growling about how hungry he was. And so, thanks to his magic boots, the deer was able to live out the rest of his days in peace. Now, you might think that this is where the story ends, but it's not. Oh no. You see, one day the deer was approached by a young girl. She was new to the forest and didn't know much about its ways. "Excuse me," she said to the deer, "but could you please help me find some berries? I'd like to make a pie." The deer wanted to help her, but he couldn't just take off his boots and give them to her. If he did, the wolf would find him and gobble him up in no time. So he had only one other option. He took off his boots, handed them to the girl, and said, "Here you go. These are the very special boots of morning mist. Be careful, though, for they are magic, and only those who are pure of heart may wear them." Then he vanished before the wolf could see him. The girl looked at the boots in her hands, confused, but she put them on anyway. And wouldn't you know it, they fit her perfectly. She thanked the deer and ran off to find some berries. You might think that the deer was a silly sausage to give away his magic boots, but really he wasn't. You see, the boots of morning mist were meant to be worn by those who were pure of heart, and the deer knew that the girl was kind and innocent. So he gave her the boots so that she, too, could enjoy the gift of invisibility. And that is why, my little friends, we should always be on the lookout for magic in our everyday lives, because you never know when it might appear.